this is today. Wow. What a story, man. Welcome back. You're watching Trending SA on SABC3 and also on TrendingSA.tv. Now, tonight's guest is a living icon. When I found out that she had been booked on this show, I thought, how am I going to breathe around this legend, okay? Born in Sophiatown, Johannesburg, her television career has seen her become a trailblazer in the broadcasting field. She has also excelled as an entrepreneur, an academic, an author, and to this very day, she remains the icon, the queen of talk in South Africa. It's no wonder that she has been named one of the 100 greatest South Africans of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our absolute pleasure to welcome Ms. Felicia Mabuza-Suttle onto the show. Oh!
From your door.
Okay.
We were young, learning how to love. I gave you this love and kept nothing to keep.
Oh, my baby.
It is your baby. We're playing Lindy as you walk in. Welcome
I tell you, thank you very much for inviting me. And I'm so proud of you guys. I remember when we once were talking about this possible concept and with Thokozani, and I'm so happy to see it happened at last.
And it would never have happened without people like yourself blazing the trail for us.
Appreciate it.
The show initially started as top level. That was what it was. And then it became the Felicia Mabuza-Suttle show.
Yeah.
But at the time, I mean, the face of talk on television was male, was white. So what was it like for you as a black, young, gorgeous woman?
Excuse me and thank you. I paid a lot of money to say that.
Not a cent. Not a cent.
But it was a difficult time. I came back with the whole idea that I'm going to be accepted because I've answered to the call, Nelson Mandela's call. When Nelson Mandela was in the US 1971, he called on all South Africans living abroad to come back home to serve. And I answered to that clarion call, came back home with great excitement. And it was difficult, I'm the first to admit. We started off, as you say, as top level, and the whole idea was to really get South Africans to start talking to each other. We had panel discussions, and ultimately I said to the SABC, listen, folks, this panel discussion thing will not last too long. People are tired of talking heads. They want to see the real thing.
Yes.
And the real thing is black, white, young, old, talking to each other, generational, whatever you want to call it, all trying to get to better understand each other. We're living in the years of apartheid where for 40 years we did not know each other. We're living apart, living in different levels, boss and boys those years, madams and maids those years, but I wanted us to see each other as equals, as South Africans. And we started the talk show. The SABC said to me, do you know what it would entail to do what you're saying you want to do, bring audience in? It will take literally 4 shows that you do now to do one. I said, we will do it. They said, you'll be recording on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I said, we will do it. Passion drives you to do things beyond what you expected of yourself. And that's what it was. It was not about a paycheck for me. It was a purpose and a passion at getting South Africans talking. Truly my best friends and my confidants. If I have anything that I cannot tell anybody else, the only 3 people I'll tell. My husband, Lindy, and Zani. Lindy is always scolding me and playing the motherly role. If you believe a little bit in astrology, she's a Cancerian, so they're mothers to the T. Zani is the one who'll call me career-wise and say, this is where I'm going, what do you think? Should we do this? Should I go ahead with my tennis academy? Shouldn't I? Lindy will call me and say, hey, I'll call her sometimes, I don't think I like what you posted. She says, Mom, can you please unfollow me? Because I don't want you to be telling me what to do on social media. So, and then my husband, obviously, They're both daddy's girls.
They're both daddy's
They're
girls.
both
You've
daddy's
done very
girls.
well, Sis Wam. And then tell me about being a granny. You're a glammy. I can't call you a granny because you're just too hot.
Hold it
You're a
one second.
glammy.
How do you use the word granny on me? I'm a glamour.
You're a glamour. You're a glamour. What's that like, Lala?
Look, does that look like a granny?
Wow.
Glamour Loyana. I'd gone specially for her birthday for 5 years, also picking her up from school. Oh yeah, I play in the sand with her. And she said to me, take your shoes off, Nena. She says, why aren't you wearing shorts, Nena? I said, no, not at my age, you don't wear shorts. I'm fine that way. So she said, get down, get into the sand. I said, no, I cannot get myself dirty. So we have our fun. I'm like, is it Joan Rivers here who says, just bring them, let him play with them, take them shopping, have 5-star dinner with them, and come and take them afterwards. But this one, you cannot let go when you're with her. She's the only one.
So for now.
And I saw yours.
You wrote a book called Live Your Dream.
That's right.
And in there's a photo that I think is quite interesting. So it takes us back to 1970s where there's a bit of a dance something that you had put together at that point in time.
That's right.
Right. And very recently you just met up with some of the
Oh
people
my
that were part of
gosh,
that class. So tell us about this wonderful moment and what it was like.
Well, in 1974, well, before that, in the 70s, I started a dance academy for young people, and it was aimed at teaching self-esteem, confidence. The songs that we used to dance to with songs like To Be Young, Gifted and Black, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, Reach Out and Touch. And the whole idea of the show, of the academy, was aimed at keeping young people out of the streets. I had seen one child being hit by a car, and I was working as a reporter those years at the World newspaper under the tutelage of Agri-Cluster, Pesiko Boza, Joe Latakhomu, Joe Tlolwe.
Icons.
And icons, Leslie Suhume. And I started this dance school. Of those young people, they decided to come and see me at the hotel on yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, for Heritage Day. Some I had not seen the day we left the country in 1974, and I was seeing them for the first time. Wow. And the one I was dancing with there, Temba, was also one of our best dancers those years, and he's a geologist by profession.
Oh, wow.
And I was
your
listening.
dance moves.
Oh, I'm telling you, girl. Anguki, you oil of delay, I think, yesterday.
So
And living in preferment.
Yes.
You know, people say retirement. No, I'm on preferment. I do only what I prefer to do.
Wow. So
And that's why I'm here.
So you're here.
Yeah.
And let's talk about why you're here. You're being honored as a living legend in media.
That's right.
At an awards that's happening on Thursday. So I want to talk about leadership and women in leadership. How do those two things come together and why they're so important?
I think the passion that women normally bring to any project is critical. The fact that we are judged more than men are, so we have to deliver, I always say 4 times more, because you have to deliver harder than a white man, harder than a black man, harder than a white female, and harder than your own peers. So my husband always laughs because I say to him, by the time I get to bed, that 5th shift is a little tough. I'm tired. So because you've given so much of yourself during the day, motherhood and everything. So the leadership that we bring, I always say, is from the heart and then from the head. It is not from the head first and then the heart. And it's also from the hand, because we tend to give away a lot. But what is important for women to please consider doing is pull up a chair for another woman.
Absolutely.
When you take that elevator down, send it down to bring up another woman. Don't be, I am the only woman. Be, I am the only woman who brought other women on board, and that is critical. And somehow we find it very difficult, especially as black women, to do that for each other. I always bring the idea of, well, not idea, but I always talk about how when I started the show, white men criticized me for being so difficult, supposedly arrogant. then I thought, okay, white women are women. We all come from the same whatever, but maybe you'll understand my pain better. White women were looking at me like, who is this Ascaras-clad woman who thinks she looks like me? Okay, I thought the black men will obviously support a sister coming home, sent by Nelson Mandela. And they were like, who are you to come and question our customs of lobola and polygamy, etc.? But I was not. I was just giving people a forum to talk. And then I thought, okay, the sisters, man, we've gone through this. We're going through this together. I hate to say it, they were the hardest on me.
Don't give us names, Mama.
They were the hardest on me. But, well, you also defended me one time. I remember we were like,
queen.
they're jealous. I'll never forget that. But anyway, that is my queen there. Winnie Mandela.
Amazing.
That is my queen right there.
And
we've gone to the hospital to see her there.
We've unfortunately run out of time.
Oh,
You
my
know how
gosh.
these things work.
Okay.
In conclusion, just your dream, your vision, something that you'd like to leave people with. It is Heritage Month, from your heart.
Wow, you know, I'm always using social media to uplift, to inspire.
Yes.
So I'm going to use what I normally tell young people when I'm giving a presentation, and that is, your life has a purpose. Your story is important. Your dreams count. Your voice matters. Dare to dream. As Mahatma Gandhi says, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. So let us forget about the social media where we're just showing off what we're wearing. Let us get onto something of uplifting somebody.
Well, listen, your outfit is on fleek definitely today. But yes,
Thank
the
you.
words are much, much appreciated.
Thank
and
you.
all of the work that you've done to uplift
Thank you.
and change the face of the industry.
you.
This is Felicia Mabuza-Suttle. Mama, thank you very much.
And how's your mother?
She's beautiful.
Oh, you look just like her.
We're going to take a quick break. This is TrendingSA on SABC3. Where am I?
Away from me, take it over.